Hey there and welcome to No Recipe Required. Tonight I'm going to make a pumpkin soup for you that is the absolutely perfect fall, autumn soup. Obviously pumpkins are in season, pumpkin pie, pumpkin bread, pumpkin soup. It's really easy to make. I am going to use some canned pumpkin so you don't have to chop it up and roast the pumpkin off, although you could. And it's going to taste absolutely awesome. Let's go ahead and show you how to do it. Let's go ahead and start our pumpkin soup. And this soup, it's very, very similar to a lot of the other soups we make. I'm going to start off with a mirepoix, carrot, celery, and onion. I've actually got a little bit of jalapeno in here because pumpkin, it's a bit of a sweet soup, and I think sweet and heat go really well together. I've also got a couple cloves of garlic in there. And you don't have to be too careful with the chopping on this one because we are going to puree the soup at the end, make it nice and smooth, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to let these go for probably 7-8 minutes till the onions get translucent and soften a little bit, then we're going to come back. So after, anywhere from 7 to 10 minutes or so over medium-high heat, my onions, or your onions, are going to turn nice and soft, translucent. We're going to add 2 herbs. That was thyme. I just added probably a teaspoon. And then I've got 3 sage leaves that I'm going to add. Sage, pumpkin, butternut squash, it's those fall herbs go absolutely perfect together. I'm just going to stir those in. And then for our pumpkin, you can certainly go ahead and cook down your own pumpkin. I've actually got some pumpkin pie filling here. I couldn't find, just standard pureed pumpkin. If I could, or if I had, I would have used that. And then kind of doctored it up with some like allspice, maybe a touch of cinnamon. You got to be careful with those herbs because they're pretty powerful. With pumpkin pie spice, it's got, or mix, it's got a little bit more sugar automatically in it. So be a little careful adding those. I'm going to kind of cook mine off and let it go, and we can always adjust with a little bit more at the end. Once I've added that pumpkin pie mix in, I'm going to cover it with chicken stock. Actually, kind of more than cover it. Add maybe 3 cups of chicken stock and get it a little bit thinner than what you're looking for from a soup consistency, because it's going to reduce down, and eventually we're going to puree the other vegetables in here, which will thicken things up. And I'm just going to let these cook until everything is soft and it comes together for probably 20 minutes to half an hour. You want to just keep it on a nice simmer. Don't let it furiously boil. And then at that time we're going to come back, we'll taste it, make any adjustments, and do our puree. Okay, after about half an hour on a light simmer, all the vegetables are going to be nice and soft, fully cooked. And we're just going to take it and go ahead and blend the soup. You can easily do this with a blender as well. Just be really careful, hot liquids in the blender. Once we get this all blended together, we'll come back, we'll give it a taste. Okay, so after we get soup pureed, you want to give it a little taste. It's nice and hot. This one is it's really nice. It's frankly a little sweet because we use that pumpkin mix puree. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to take some of that sweetness away. I'm going to add a little bit of cream, maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons. Blend that together. And then I thought I could use just a touch more sage as well. So I'm going to throw 1 more leaf in there. And then blend this up, and then we'll serve it. Okay, let's go ahead and serve our pumpkin soup. It is obviously nice and creamy, delicious. We'll give it a nice, maybe 3 scoops, 2.5 scoops there. Because it is a fairly sweet soup, I think it can do with a little bit of tartness. So here I've got a few drops of balsamic vinegar, and just kind of shake it on. You get a nice little dotted pattern there. And then also maybe I've got some more sage leaf that I just finely chopped. Lay that down, and we are good to go with our beautiful pumpkin soup. I'll see you next time on No Recipe Required.